Okay, if Slater wins the election, McGinnis will be appointed head of the Planning Commission. But Urick's why is more qualified to head it since she is an architect who has been on the Planning Commission for 15 years. Unless the polls are grossly inaccurate, Slater will win.
So this is a great one to practice diagramming on.
Okay.
So what is our first conditional statement here?
If Slater wins, then he's going to appoint McGinnis.
Yep. So if Slater wins, that means that McGinnis is appointed.
Mm-hmm. And if he, but they say that Y is more qualified.
Yeah, this is just a fact, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's no really, okay, so how do we diagram this last sentence?
Unless the polls are grossly, well, basically, it just said he's gonna win. I don't know.
So what condition does unless introduce?
Well, right now, everything points that Slater's going to win, which means McGinnis is going to be appointed.
Wait, okay. Unless, what condition does unless introduce?
Right. Unless the polls are wrong.
Yes.
Oh, it changes. Yeah, right. So, everything right now says he's going to win, but the polls could be wrong.
So unless introduces necessary, right? So unless
inaccurate for necessary.
So if they're grossly inaccurate, that means that
Slater will lose.
Yeah. So if I'm gonna put Slater wins and cross it off. Mm-hmm. So if Slater loses, that means that the polls are grossly inaccurate. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Awesome. But if Slater wins, yes, awesome. Okay, so based on our so questions here. So which of the following can be properly concluded from the information above?
If the polls are wrong, someone more qualified than McGinnis will be appointed. A, that's true.
Is it?
Oh, not well, you know what? It doesn't necessarily. Okay, just because
what if the other person elects
McGinnis? Right. So A is not necessarily true.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. B, McGinnis will be appointed head of the Planning Commission only if the polls are a good indication of how the election will turn out.
So how would you diagram this one?
Is it a condition? Is it a condition again?
Yeah, what words?
Only if. Okay.
Yep, and only if introduces what kind of condition?
Oh goodness. I know it's a condition. A necessary condition.
Excellent, because it has the N in it.
Mm-hmm. So, that's where I got it from.
Excellent. So here we're saying that if McGinnis is appointed, that must mean that the polls are good. So I'll say like not grossly inaccurate. Mm-hmm. Do we know that? Is the only way that McGinnis is going to be there is if
no, because somebody else could still.
Excellent. Perfect.
Okay. Either Slater will win the election or Y will be appointed. No, that's not true. But will be appointed head of the Planning Commission.
Yeah, there could be someone else. Like maybe Giovanna is going to be appointed.
Right.
We have no idea. Right. Probably followed by Nicole.
Right. McGinnis is not an architect and has not been on the, what's that got to do with anything? And has not been on the Planning Commission for 15 years.
Maybe Y and McGinnis both are architects and both have been on the planning committee for 15 years.
So D is right. And E, if the polls are a good indication of how the election will turn out, someone less qualified than yours will be appointed head of the Planning Commission. Well, according to the statement, that is what's going to happen.
Okay, so let's see this. Okay, so how do we know if the polls are a good indication of how the election will turn out?
Well, if the polls are a good indication, they say that Slater will win.
Yes, because it's the not GI, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and switch this. So it's saying if it's not grossly inaccurate, or in other words, if it is a good indication, that means that Slater's
going to win.
And if Slater wins, that means
then McGinnis is going to be appointed.
So I like that, but how do we know that someone less qualified than Y will be appointed?
Because they said so. Because
Yeah.
they said that Y was more qualified to head it, since she is an architect and been on the planning committee.
Awesome.
It gave us that
The
information.
answer is E. E. Fabulous.
Cool.